Hello and welcome to Autocar India Quick News, your one-stop shop for all the latest updates from the automotive world. This week's episode is brought to you by Nayara Energy, India's largest private fuel retail network. Before we dive into this week's news, allow us to remind you to please subscribe to the Autocar India channel if you yet to do so, and do remember to switch the notifications on. We begin this week with news from Mahindra. Back in November, Mahindra had launched their born electric SUVs, the BE6 and the XEV9e, by revealing their starting prices. Now, the brand has revealed the prices for the top-spec variants, thereby confirming the price range of both SUVs. The BE6, which is the smallest of the two, ranged from 18.9 lakhs to 26.9 lakh rupees, and with a starting price of 21.9 lakhs, the XEV9e maxes off at 30.5 lakh rupees ex-showroom. It is also worth noting that these prices don't include the cost of the charger, which must be bought separately. Our detailed review of both the SUVs are live on the Autocar India channel, but here's a quick breakdown of what to expect.
Starting with the styling, both Mahindra SUVs feature a bold exterior design that's sure to stand out in the crowd. Coming to the powertrain, both the BE6 and the XEV9e are available with two battery pack options. The base Pack 1 variant is powered by a 59 kWh unit with a claimed ARAI certified range of 556 km for the BE6 and 542 km for the larger XEV9e. The high variants Pack 2 and Pack 3 will use a 79 kWh battery pack that's good for a claimed 682 km of range for the BE6 and 656 km for the XEV9e. What's also worth noting is that the company is providing a lifetime warranty on the bigger 79 kWh battery pack to the first owner. Both electric SUVs come loaded with features such as wireless Android Auto and Apple CarPlay, automatic climate control, level 2 ADAS suite, and more. The interior of the BE6 features a floating dual 12.3-inch display setup, whereas the XEV9e takes it a step forward by offering a triple screen setup. Bookings for the top-of-the-line Pack 3 variants of both the BE6 and the XEV9e will begin on the 14th of February, while bookings for the other two variants will begin in March. Deliveries are slated to commence in the beginning of March. Tata Motors has launched the long-overdue Tiago and Tigor facelifts. The Tiago hatchback has been launched with a starting price of 4.99 lakh rupees, and the Tigor sedan starts at 5.99 lakh rupees ex-showroom. This update applies to all variants of both models, including their CNG and electric derivatives. The updates to both models are primarily cosmetic, which includes a slightly tweaked grille and air dams and brings the design in line with the rest of Tata's cars. The projector headlamps from the previous models have been swapped out for LED units. Higher variants of the Tiago also get a shark fin antenna. Tata has added 4 new exterior paint shades for the Tiago and 2 new colors for the Tigor. The interior sees the addition of an illuminated steering wheel, similar to the one seen on newer Tatas, and higher variants will be equipped with a 10.25-inch freestanding infotainment screen. The facelift does not bring any mechanical changes to either models. The petrol, CNG, and electric variants will continue with their respective powertrains.
Land Rover has relaunched the V8-powered Defender in India, with prices starting at 1.39 crore rupees ex-showroom. The V8 engine is available in all three body styles, the 90, the 110, and the 130. However, the complete price list is not out just yet.
Producing 426 horsepower and 610 Nm of torque, the 5-liter V8 engine has now been made available on the X Dynamic HSE and the X variants. The V8 powered variant comes with standard features such as terrain response system, electronic air suspension, and 20-inch wheels with all-terrain tires. As for features, the fully loaded model gets powered, heated, and cooled front seats, 11.4-inch touchscreen, a digital driver's display, configurable ambient lighting, a panoramic sunroof, and more.
Mercedes-Benz India has revealed prices for the EQS 450 SUV, which is a relatively affordable variant of the EQS 580 for 1.29 crore rupees ex-showroom.
Visually, the only noticeable difference between the two models lies in the design. The electric art line in the 450, as Mercedes likes to call it, makes the SUV look a lot less aggressive than the AMG line trim offered with the EQS 580. Over on the sides, the 450 rides on 21-inch alloy wheels that's finished in black. On the inside, aside from it being a 5-seater, it follows the same layout as the EQS 580 and features a 56-inch hyper-screen setup, a 15-speaker Burmester audio system, 4-zone automatic climate control, illuminated running boards, and level 2 ADAS suite. Powering the EQS 450 is the same 122 kWh battery pack as a 580. However, its motors have a lower combined output of 360 horsepower and 800 Nm of torque. Mercedes claims the electric SUV is capable of doing 820 km on a single charge. The claimed 0 to 100 km per hour time stands at 6.1 seconds. According to Mercedes, 10 to 80% charge will take just 31 minutes using a 200 kW DC fast charger.
Along with the EQS 450, Mercedes-Benz has also launched the electric G-Wagon or the G580 for a next showroom price of 3 crore rupees.
Revealed globally in April 2024, the G580 follows the traditional design cues of the standard G-Class with some minor tweaks for better aerodynamics. It carries over the same boxy design, round headlamps, and even a rear-mounted tie holder, which on the G580 houses the charging cables. For improved aerodynamic performance, the G580 has been given a slightly raised hood with air curtains, a new A-pillar design, a spoiler on the front of the roof, and air curtains on the rear wheel arches. The interior is also identical to the standard G-Class and features twin 12.3-inch screens for the driver's display and touchscreen infotainment, along with physical buttons for the climate control and off-road settings. Additionally, Mercedes has also equipped adaptive cruise control to the electric G-Wagon. As it is the quintessential off-roader in the Mercedes stable, the brand has introduced off-road specific features such as the G-Turn, which allows it to rotate 360 degrees on the spot, and the G-Steering feature for reducing the turning circle by pivoting around an individual wheel. The G580 is powered by a 116 kWh battery pack that sends power to 4 motors and a 2-speed gearbox. The combined power output stands at 587 horsepower, while torque is rated at 1,164 Nm. The 0 to 100 km/h sprint comes up in 4.7 seconds, and top speed is limited to 180 km/h. Like with the EQS 450, Mercedes claims that the battery can be charged from 10 to 80% in 32 minutes using a 200 kW DC fast charger. Mercedes will showcase both the EQS 450 and the G580 at the upcoming Bharat Mobility Expo.
On the subject of the upcoming Bharat Mobility Expo, it looks like the JSW MG Motor India Pavilion will have quite an interesting lineup. Along with the Cyberster electric sports car, MG Motor will also debut the M9 electric MPV at the Expo. With an expected launch date of around March this year, the M9 will be the second product to retail via the brand's premium MG Select outlet.
At the 2023 Auto Expo, MG had showcased this MPV, but it was known as the MIFA 9 back then. The M9 is MG's answer to the Kia Carnival and the Toyota Velfire. The design features an upright nose, a full-width LED light bar, and headlamps that are mounted on the bumpers. For the M9, the interior comfort is what matters more. So it comes with a spacious 3-row cabin with special emphasis on the second row. Creature comforts include 3-zone climate control, a touch panel for the second row, ventilated and massaging seats, dual sunroofs, rear entertainment screens, and more. The M9 MPV, being the only electric-powered MPV in its class, is powered by a 90 kWh battery, providing a claimed WLTP range of 430 km.
The Tata Punch has beaten the Maruti Suzuki Swift and the Wagoner to become the best-selling car of 2024. This is a monumental moment for Tata Motors because this is the first time since 1985 that the best-selling car of India did not have a Maruti badge on it.
The Punch, with its upright SUV silhouette, 190mm of ground clearance, and an affordable price tag that starts at 4.59 lakh rupees, has clearly made an impression among buyers. Ever since its launch in 2021, Tata has managed to sell more than 4.5 lakh units of the Punch. In keeping with the brand's strategy, the Punch is offered with multiple powertrains. Along with the electric Punch EV, the subcompact SUV can also be had with petrol or CNG options. Tata Motors is slated to launch a facelifted Punch in the coming months, which is expected to feature a styling that's more in line with the Punch EV.
Moving over to the world of two-wheelers. After releasing multiple teasers over the past few weeks, Bajaj has launched the updated Pulsar RS200 for 1.84 lakh rupees ex-showroom. Though at first glance it might look identical to the outgoing model, the new RS200 has been updated with some key features.
Starting with what's new with the design, the updated RS200 features a brand new tail lamp that combines the indicator and brake lights into a single unit. Elsewhere, the design remains the same as before. Now, when it comes to features, the updated RS200 has been equipped with the same LCD dash and switchgear as the Pulsar NS400Z, which means the bike now features Bluetooth connectivity for turn-by-turn navigation and notification alerts. Along with that, Bajaj has also thrown in 3 riding modes: off-road, road, and rain. The updated Pulsar RS200 continues with the same 199cc single-cylinder motor as before. The motor makes 24.5 horsepower at 9,750 rpm and comes mated to a 6-speed gearbox with a slipper clutch.
With that, we wrap up this week's quick news. Thank you all for joining and see you all next week.